mental fast is like basically the fast that never ends, because you're never going to have, so the whole premise is you want to go 7 days without a negative thought.
Yeah.
Right? So 7 days without thinking a bad thought. Now that doesn't mean like looking out the window going, oh man, the weather's bad today. Like he doesn't mean that, but like staying away from gossip, staying away from like basically like what are the 7 deadly sins, you know, like a lying tongue that spreads division among the brothers, you know, and that kind of thing, and envy and all that stuff. So you want to stay away from those thoughts that tear you down, that allow kind of that cascade of other negative things to happen, where you're going to be put into a position where you might not be able to dig yourself out.
Right.
And so the thing is, it's cool about it is the goal was 7 days, and you're supposed to keep a journal, and I've probably got like 500 journals, right? Because I've never made 7 days, you know. So but the thing is, as soon as you have that moment where that thought gets in there and it takes on a life, where it begins that
cascade.
Yeah, got to start over.
Got it.
Right. That's the day you ended the fast.
Yeah.
Right. You gave in and had that piece of chocolate cake.
Nice.
You know. And so now you got to start over. Don't beat yourself up. Just go, okay, cool, man. I made 4 days.
Right.
This time I made 2 days. You know, like, oh man, it's a rough time, right? You know, my dad's dying. I got all this stuff going on. I made it. I made 3 hours.
Yeah.
No problem, man. Let's start over. Let's keep going though.
You know, something I think is really interesting about that you just made me think of is doing that exercise, working on that. Because several of the things you just mentioned, I have participated in some way over the years. The gratitude thing I really like. The thing that you just mentioned, it may have been you that put it on social media, something about try to go X amount of time without complaining. Or without, when you see the stickers, no whining, whatever, that's what it means, you know.
Right.
And so when you get into the discipline of, or the exercise of, looking at your thoughts and those cascades that come after it, you can start to recognize the difference between what is actually happening, what is actually the case, and what is my mental deformation of these things. For example, like I have had times where I'm like, I notice that kind of thought line stuff, and then I realize, like, I've been doing this for 30 minutes and I haven't even realized it. Like, I've been ruminating on this for 30 minutes. And this whole narrative that I've just built up for 30 minutes, how much of that is even true? And how much of that is literally just that I was falling down that waterfall, and I didn't stop myself and say, the fast is over, got to start over again. I've literally just been getting tangled up in this internal narrative and it's all me. Or maybe it's mostly me, 100% me, who knows exactly, but I'm completely unclear. I'm clouding up my ability to perceive what's really going on in this relationship, in this work situation, in this whatever, you know. It could be something somebody said, it could be some action that they're doing, it could be some thing that you're anticipating and being anxious about. What percentage of this is actually just my mental toil? You know, and this almost sounds Buddhistic, you know, we could kind of get into kind of some of the Zen type of stuff, you know. How much of this is just going on here, and how much is really facts that's actually the case? You know,
kind of like that Byron Katie, the work, right? Kind of like, is it true? How do I know it's true? You know, who would I be without this thought? You know, and how do I reframe it into something different? And it's like that. Like, I've had entire conversations in my head that never occurred in real life. You know, like, I've had entire, like, worked myself up into like a challenge match. You know, like I'm gonna call them out. You know, if I walk in and I see them, we're addressing this. Like,
because they said all that stuff. But they
because
didn't say all that
but
stuff.
they never said it. Like, it never happened. I just extrapolated and went way off into the deep end. And then you look back on it, you go, how much time did I lose on that thought process that I could have been using on something else, like creating something, thinking of something. Like, you know, I'm not a writer or anything like that, but, you know, I have thoughts, you know, like how I could have created an entire curriculum for teaching, you know, kids at risk, or, you know, adults with special needs. I could have created so many things to give back to my community, to make everybody safer Instead, I'm having this, you know,
Imaginary.
Hatfield and McCoy feud in my head with some
Yep.
dude that doesn't even know we're at war.
Yep.
You know,
Yep.
like he said something in passing that he might not have even meant.
Yep.
You know, to go that way.
Yep.
You know, he might not have meant it.
Or you
at
just
all.
misinterpreted it.
That's
maybe
what I
as
mean.
well.
Yeah, like I just took it completely the wrong way.
Mhm.
And now we're getting it.
Yep.
You know, like we're gonna get it
That's
on,
right.
bro. You just don't know. You know, like it's gonna be a championship fight, man. You know, and then and then I've been completely wrong. And then it's like you said, though. You know, we got to do that self audit. You know, is this true? You know, and then after we ask ourselves, is it true? Like, well, how do I know it's true?
Mhm.
Like, I think it's true,
Mhm.
but I don't know it's true. Like, how do I actually know this to be true? You know, have I done the work of finding that out? And if it's not worth doing the work, then why am I getting all spun up?
Yeah.
You know, if it's not even worth the effort of picking up the phone,
Mhm.
you know, because texts will get just as twisted.
Mhm.
You know, it's
Mhm.
like if it's not even worth the effort of picking up the phone or finding that person, then why am I getting like
Yeah.
this?
Yeah.
How do I really know